Let's go. Welcome, Snap. Yeah. 307 Reacts Chris. Yeah. 307 Reacts Matt. And you guys back there behind the camera making us want to be here every single day. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to every episode. And we're for that. We try and put out new content. We try and stay diverse. And so, today we've got something new on the screen for you. Something that we know well, and you guys may know well also, but has never actually been on the screen. So yeah. I don't remember his name.
So this is Breadstick Ricky and the Boss.
There we go.
Is what he is. I believe it's Breadstick Ricky on TikTok, and then Breadstick Ricky and the Boss on YouTube. It's super hilarious. Like being in the blue collar field with the both of us. The videos are super relatable.
Super relatable.
Just hella funny.
So he basically does like little shorts, essentially 3 to 5 minute shorts usually. I don't know, 2 to 5 minute shorts usually.
Yeah.
Where he'll play all the characters in his little videos, but he kind of dresses different or uses filters or something like that to make himself represent different people.
Yeah.
And just presents situations that like real situations that happen in blue collar places, but like seem completely ridiculous when you look at it from an outside perspective. So his comedy is hilarious. Chris sends me these videos all the time and kind of got me turned on to him. So, I've watched a few of them and I'm excited to get into this. We're going to watch a couple of them, just boom, 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 right in succession. So because they're only like a couple minutes long and they'll move pretty quick.
So for those of you who don't know, when you are working on an oil rig or construction or anything like that, typically anybody who has an all white, no emblem, no logos, no nothing, just a white hard hat, is typically a safety guy. Okay?
That makes sense.
And the safety guy will always have a vest on, right? Everybody else, like you'll have your green hats. Green hats are like the new guys.
Greenhorns, yeah.
And then they'll have like brown caps are like the foreman or whatever. Like your status depends on your hat, your hard hat. So... And as you guys see these characters come up, you'll kind of be able to place them. Okay, so like the first guy that's on screen, he's got a white hat and a vest. He's a safety guy.
Yeah, with nothing. It's completely clean and a vest on, and got his glasses all like tied back and everything. So here we go. Let's go.
Hey, I got like 6 offer quests for Wednesday, and they all just said extracurricular activities. Is there something going on Wednesday that I'm not aware of? Is there like a holiday or an event going on in town, or... You have any idea what's going on? Yeah, man. Do you not look at the calendar? It's 4:20, man. Come on, keep up. That's right. It's 4:20. I almost forgot. I mean, I don't know how I almost forgot because Thursday is National Drug Test Day. I got to get some tests ordered. Thanks for reminding me. Why do you have a whole gallon of water? What do you mean, why do I have so much water? You know good and well, I do not partake in the devil's lettuce. But half these people that work here do. So I'm going to show up Thursday morning with about 46 Elmer's glue bottles full of a very clean liquid. And I'm probably going to pay off my truck. So get with the program.
Oh, that's incredible. I was wondering,
so good.
I took the gallon of water as like he's just diluting his own piss, like starting to get that dilution going, so that they have to send it off and do all the extra testing, and then eventually it ends up coming back and they're just like, no, don't worry about it.
Yeah.
I thought he was doing that. No, he's like, no, I don't actually smoke weed, so I'm gonna come in here Thursday morning with a bunch of Elmer's glue bottles full of clean liquid. I'm gonna pay off my truck, okay?
Yeah. So good.
That's a good plan. It's a good plan. I can't blame him, man.
Man, quit playing. People don't do that. People don't actually do that, okay?
Hey, what is going on over here?
Yes.
Okay, if I can't hide in the shop, y'all can't hide in the shop. I think we've all made this very clear that if one of us in here, all of us get to be in here. So, can we just go ahead and get this started? And you need to tell me if I'm going to be off or not Wednesday. Because you don't need to wait till Tuesday night and tell me, because I need to get some plans laid out. And did you get my Elmer's wood glue or not on my project?
As a matter of fact, I'm working on it right now. You gonna have my $60 Thursday morning, or I need to give this clue to somebody else? $60? Why are you giving him $60 for Elmer's wood glue? I will literally go to Walmart right now, buy an $8 pack of Elmer's wood glue, and give it to you for $8. What? Why do you need his Elmer's glue, and specifically on Thursday morning?
Hey, why don't you take that tone out your voice, okay? You got in as a safety man, not arts and crafts, please. Okay, half of us here have decided that we're going to build a birdhouse at 4:30 in the morning on Thursday because it's something that's near and dear to our hearts. And we didn't
4:30 in the
invite you
morning?
because of this attitude that you have. So maybe just back up 2 steps. Let me know when you got the wood glue, because I want to heat it up before I come into work. Make sure it's the right temp.
Oh.
Anyway, if I can't be in here, y'all can't be in here. Because if one of us fucks off, y'all get to fuck off. Outside, boys.
Outside, boys.
I love Ricky because okay, so Ricky is the guy with the filter, right?
Yeah.
Ricky is he's that guy on every job site that you're like, he's good at his job, but he's a complete dickhead. Like, how has he not been fired? Like, how has he made it this far?
Because he knows
like,
the lay of the land and he can come in
Yeah.
and get the job done. So the foreman's just like, yeah, man, that's Ricky. Like, he's a dick, but he knows the job. So like,
Yeah.
he's probably gonna give you some shit. Don't worry about it. Like, just move on or whatever, you know.
If
but
you
like,
see him taking like 12 smoke breaks a day, just let him do it. It'll
whatever,
be
you know.
fine.
And if he catches you fucking around, he's probably gonna give you some shit for it. So like, just be ready for that. But that's just Ricky, you know. Don't worry about it. Whatever. Yeah,
Yeah.
there is that guy. There's always that person on the job site. And if that person isn't on your job site, it's you.
It's you.
There you go.
You know, that would have hurt my feelings if I knew you weren't lying about the birdhouses. Now that he's gone, I also wanted to let you know that we're doing mouth swabs instead of urine tests
Oh,
this year.
shit.
It's much cleaner. So stop drinking all the fucking water. You're doing mouth swabs this year? They're going to be pissed when they got to squirt it in their mouth.
God.
Oh man, that is rough.
Oh yeah, and the mouth swab. Yep. I mean, it's cheaper for companies to do mouth swabs. So it is what it is.
Oh man,
That guy should still sell everybody $60 worth of Elmer's glue the morning of, and then just be like, "Bro, I didn't know. They didn't tell me.
Yeah, right.
You paid for the product, dude. No refunds, son.
Yeah.
This is a private sale. I don't know what to tell you. Literally a private sale. Get it?
Private sale.
Ba-dum-bunk, ching. Okay.
So check out his Instagram. He just said John Michael Stewart.
Oh, there you go. I need to go follow him actually.
Yeah.
I do love his content. You send me his stuff all the time, and I'm like, yeah, I just need to follow it. Let's keep right into the next
carry
one. What's the
on.
next? So that one was Ricky needs his glue bottles.
Yes.
Next one is what do we got next? Easter egg hunt is gonna get intense. So
Oh, God.
are these
I
all?
can-
These must all be relevant because, or like recently uploaded,
They've all
right?
come out within the last week. or
Okay,
two,
I was gonna
yeah.
say because he nailed the. I was like, we got Wednesday coming up. We all know what day that is, and I was just, or he was like asking for the request, and I was like, well, 420 is this Wednesday. Is that? So it must have been.
Yeah.
He's uploaded these recently. Anyways, here we go.
Exciting news for Easter weekend. We are going to have an Easter egg hunt, all ages welcome this year in the field beside the office. And I've got some pretty exciting things to tell you about it. Not only are we going to provide food and drinks, we are also going to put some gas cards in some of the eggs this year. So we're going to have 10 eggs with $100 gas cards, 5 eggs with $150 gas cards, and 3 eggs with $200 gas cards inside of them. So bring the family, bring the kids, everything like that. Before we get started with the rest of the meeting, does anybody have any questions about this?
As a matter of fact, right here, now, I just want to clear this up. When you say all ages welcome for the egg hunt, are we just like not saying that loud and you're saying kids only? Or are you telling me that I can also get out there and hunt for the eggs with the money in it? Because I need to know now before I plan my weekend around this, okay?
Great question, Ricky. Okay,
He's like, is this going to be a competition weekend, or am I going to just sit back and just watch my kid enjoy himself? Like,
Yeah,
I got to
yeah.
figure out what mindset I need to be in before I get here, okay? And I totally get that. I'm the same way. I'm like, so am I involved in this? Because that changes everything,
So,
okay?
hide your
on.
kids. It's about to get crazy.
It's like for 4 years ago or something like that. They there was a big thing that got planned at Washington Park here, one of our local city parks. They did like a water balloon fight. It was like an
Yeah.
all ages water balloon fight.
oh God, dude.
It was awesome. There was tons of water balloons. There were tons of people there. But I'm just telling you, like, I felt bad for some of the younger ones, man, because it was just like, listen, I'm involved in this, and I go no mercy. Okay, this is a water balloon fight. And I don't lose fights, okay? So this is what if I'm in one, I'm coming out on top, okay?
Yeah.
And so yeah, it was awesome. It was super fun. But yeah, it was one of those things where it's like they maybe should have thought about some of the parameters, split it into maybe different time zone, you know, like
Yeah.
kids this age are fighting at this time, and then, you know, kids this age enter at this time, and I don't know. It was just kind of a free for all, go for it thing. I had a blast. I feel like some of the kids there didn't have such a good time. Let's go.
Yeah.
look, I do mean all ages welcome, whether you're 4 years old or 40 or 100. I do not care. If you show up, you can participate in the egg hunt to find the gas cards. Okay, so yes, anybody can compete. We are good to go.
Here we go.
Anybody else? Any more comments, questions?
Back to me again right here. I got a quick comment for everybody, okay? Do not bring your kids. Do not bring your children to this egg hunt, okay? This is now an adults-only event. Because I will truck an 8-year-old for a $200 gas card right now. My gas light has been on for 4 straight weeks. I'm surprised that the bulb has not gone out yet. Do not bring your kids out here unless they are ready to fight over these fucking...
He's so ready. He's like, I got a quick, hold up, one more. Got a quick comment. Do not bring your kids to this.
Yeah.
This has gone from, see, that's what I'm saying. Like, he's like, this has officially gone to competition mode, and I am winning. So,
like we said, there's always that one guy. He's like, my gas light's been on for 4 weeks. Like, how?
Yeah.
Dude, my gas light goes on for 2 days, and I start sweating.
Dude, at the beginning of the day, man, I'm like, my gas light's on. I'm like, I am not going to make it to the end of the day. I'm pretty sure. But then again, my car has that magical thing where, dude, like after it hits
just sips.
Dude, after, I don't know what it is. It gets to like, it'll suck down from a half a tank to a quarter tank, and then a quarter tank to empty is like, dude, you want to go to Denver or like where are we heading?
Yeah, right.
And it's like, I guess, I don't know. Yeah, cool, whatever.
Because I am very competitive and very broke, and those two things in combination together are going to make this a very intense event.
That's very funny, Ricky. Yeah, we know you're just joking. So let's get back.
I'm not joking. I'm as serious as can be. Let me make this clear for y'all, okay?
I'm
On
not
this
joking.
blessed Easter weekend, I hope that you all find Jesus. But if you come to this event and expect to get one of those gas cards, the only thing you're going to get and find in your life is this right hook. Okay? Do not test me. I am so fucking broke. I had ramen noodles last night, and it was one of the best meals I've had all week. Play your cards right. Sit down when the Easter egg hunt starts. I will not tell you twice.
You're a seriously messed up individual. I'm going to pray for you tonight, okay?
Thank you for your concern, but please, pray for them, not me. Okay? And if anybody's thinking about trying something, try Jesus. Not me.
Try
'Cause
Jesus.
I got hands. Okay?
Okay.
Let's go ahead and get this meeting over with. I got to clock out early and go get some cleats today. Let's get this moving.
Hey, I was just
Cleats today.
Wrap this meeting up early. And I love that too. Like he's the character that comes in. Like we said, there's always that one guy. Like the safety guy's in there, and he's the one initiating the meeting. Ricky comes in, and he's like, "No, let's wrap this up because I got to get out of here. Like, are we done with this?
Yeah.
Like, we're wrapping up now, right? Like, he's like, I'm controlling the meeting. It's over. I need to go get my cleats so I can get some better traction. Like, just want to make a quick announcement. Do not bring your kids to this thing.
It's so good. So good.
Do not. You know what? I hope you find Jesus this weekend.
I hope you find Jesus and not me, because I got hands.
That was one of the better ones I've seen, man. Like that.
Oh, yeah.
That was really, really good. Like, hold on, I got a question. Can you say anybody? Can anybody be involved in this? Anybody at all? It's like, okay, hang on, don't bring your kids because this is gonna get rough, and I don't want to start.
I will truck an 8-year-old.
I will truck an 8-year-old for a $200 gas card. I'm not even kidding. And like facts, man. I mean, if there's me and an 8-year-old. Well, if there's me on here and a gas card down here for $200 and an 8-year-old standing in the way, I'm getting that gas card. Just saying. I'm getting that gas card. Just saying. I feel it. You know what I mean? So we got one more of these. That was the Easter egg hunt. This one is called preventative maintenance. Isn't that a myth? Which
I can't wait to see.
Vibes around my shop for a good like 3 years there. Literally, preventative maintenance did not happen. I'm talking forklifts, garage doors, like things that heater vents, things that sewer lines, things that should be maintained very regularly or at least checked on were just not checked on. And we ran into a wall of problems last year. It was crazy. It was a perfect storm, man. It was like everything hit at once. One day I walked in and we shoveled out like 5,000, 6,000 gallons of water that was just burst fucking sewer line in the shop. Literally the whole fucking fucking bottom 12 inches of our shop was just water. Like, oh, that's nice. Good for our break rooms. Good for our offices.
Yeah.
Great for my desk. My entire power strip is underwater now. And not just water. It's under that water. Like that water. So
it was a real shitty situation.
Super shitty situation. So third one on the list, preventative maintenance. Isn't that a myth? Let's roll right into it.
In charge of the preventive maintenance scheduling, and I am very confused as to what's been going on around here. Who's been doing the preventive maintenance up until now? Preventive maintenance?
What is that?
I didn't even know we did that. I guess it'd have to be Ricky because he's the only one I've ever seen change oil in anything in the last 6 years. So
In the
I
last
guess go ahead and give him
6
that.
years.
Right?
Oh, okay. Been doing it for a while then. Maybe, is he here today? Maybe he could run me through what's been going on because it's not documented very well. Yeah. I'm sure he's here somewhere. Look, I'm heading outside. I'll go see if he's out there working on something, and I'll send him in here for you.
Out here trying to have a peaceful day. Look, I don't know why he sent me in here to talk to you, but I have made an active effort to do absolutely nothing all day at work today. So there's no possible way that I could have done anything wrong because I haven't done anything.
Why is it that you assume every time we speak I'm writing you up for something? Look, it's not about that. I am in charge of the preventive maintenance program now, and apparently you've been doing it for a couple years. So I just have some quick questions like, when was the last time the excavator had the oil changed? When was the last time we changed the hydraulic fluid? And no, I think that's done already. Well, when was the last time we changed the oil in a gearbox over on one of the lines over there? When did we do that?
Oh, what now?
Okay, well, this will be easy then. Okay, so look, all you gotta do is figure out when something was broken down for longer than 2 days. Because that's when it was maintenance. If it was running, we did not shut that bitch down to do maintenance on it.
Facts, man.
So what you're telling me is, unless something is broken down, you just don't change the oil in it until it breaks down. Because, I'm looking at these papers here, and some of these pieces of equipment have been running wide open since like 2009, 2011, and stuff like that. You're going to sit here and tell me that you haven't done any maintenance to them at all in 10 plus years?
Since 2008, where are you working at? Shit is broke down here every 3 months, like completely and totally not running. Let me see that shit. Oh, okay, I see what's going on here. See, all of this stuff that hasn't been broken down in the last 6 months, we just don't have anymore. We shoved that thing over there in storage and just forgot about it and bought a brand new one, because that's easier than finding parts for half this shit.
We just shoved it in storage and bought a new one.
We just put that over there and just bought a new one because it's easier than finding and buying parts for all that shit.
You know what's crazy is like when you work in the oil industry, right? So I used to work for Extreme Coil Drilling, which they're not called that anymore. They got bought out by a Canadian company. But that was like a big thing, right? So what we did where I worked is we had a warehouse and then we had a whole bunch of property and we just kept parts, right? So typically people wouldn't order just parts unless their company was like, no, we can't afford to buy a new one. You have to buy parts to fix it. So like injectors, right? Injectors. So if you break an oil rig down, right, it has like sections, like you have your base and then your mast and all of that. Well, the injector, a lot of the oil rig guys would look at that as one piece of equipment, but it's like one piece to the whole assembly, right? So it's not like an individual part. It's a part that's made up of multiple parts. So what the injector does is it actually feeds the pipe into the ground or pulls it out of the ground, whichever way you do it. Well, these injectors, they're about 10 feet tall. Like they're pretty good size. They're probably even taller than that. But we got a company from Saudi Arabia who was like, hey, we have some rigs out here. The injectors don't work. How many for 6 of them? Well, they're $300,000 a piece. Mm-hmm. Okay. So we ended up loading them all on a truck, and, they've been sitting outside and stuff. So we painted them, made them look nice, whatever.
Sanded, painted, made them look good.
Sent it their way, and we're like, well, hey, send us back the old ones, and
we'll finish those and hold on to those.
We'll send them off to so-and-so, and they'll rebuild them.
Yeah.
The only thing that was wrong with them is it had a broken rubber hose. They could have just bought a $50 line and hooked it up. They'd rather spend $300,000 on a whole new, And just oil field is that way because like every hour that the rig is down, they're not losing, hundreds of dollars or thousands. They're losing millions of dollars every hour that the rig is down.
It's like, it's similar to like, I guess that could be equated to the like same thing you told me about like drag racing, where it's easier to just rebuild a whole engine than to have to go through and fix all the little parts after one run. They blow through and they destroy an entire engine. Well, it's easier for them to just rebuild put a whole new engine in there, drop that shit in and send it again, than have to take everything apart, put all the new pieces back in there,
just
refill
do like piston rings, and replace the spark
because
plugs
it's so much time, and it's like, dude, we got another run in 40 minutes. Like, we got to get this car like taken care of.
Yeah.
So that makes total sense.
And what a lot of guys will do, so like a lot of dragsters, when they run and make their pass, they do take the time to rebuild. I mean, they have a guy that's already got the pistons. He's already put the rings on.
Right.
They replace the pistons and everything when they get back. And I mean, it takes them 45 minutes.
Seriously, like zero time. And they strip it all the way down and then rebuild it all the way back up.
But then there's some teams where they have the motor, right? So the car gets done making a run. They tow it back over to the truck. They hook it up, take the motor out, drop the new motor in. It's good to go. Then that old motor they pulled out, they have... Okay, put it in the truck. They set it on an engine stand. Rebuild that one for the next run.
Yep.
Like,
and then they have like an engine swap cycle, basically. Super crazy, man. Yeah. And it makes sense because it costs so much more money to have that downtime than it does to just be like, well, we can pay $300,000 and get this fucking pipe in the ground and start pulling oil out, or we can sit here and wait on a part and put this back together and do this, that, and the other, because
and
we
then
have to
hope
test
the
this.
guy that like knows what he's doing.
And then we gotta wait
for
Safety Dick to show up to make sure it's certified to go on the ground because it's a used part, and we gotta make sure all tolerances meet this, that, and the other. And it's like, oh, just get a new one where all the tolerances are good and we don't have to do any of that safety inspection bullshit, and we can throw it in the ground. Then we'll worry about the other parts later. We get a kickback from sending the ones back and getting them refurbed. Like, there are all sorts of different things. But
I mean, I get it. It's more convenient, but God, it is not cost efficient.
Dude, my company does that same kind of shit. Like, we could do a lot of recycling in house that we don't do in house. We just we put a bunch of shit in boxes and call a truck, and we're like, we'll pay a truck to send it. We'll pay a third party company to recycle it. We get a percentage kickback, and then that's kind of that's a day for us. And it's like, well, it's because the man hours it would take to sort out 15,000 cables in a day, like little AC cables, and fucking put them with each box. Like, the time it takes, it's like, no, just give us new ones from the factory that come with the cables, and we'll send these ones out, and fucking you guys can reuse those later down the line. You know what I mean?
Whatever,
so I guess it makes sense. It's just you hear those dollar amounts, and you're like, geez, that's so much, but it's like not when you think about the big picture. It's like not really.
Been down in the last 6 months. We just don't have anymore. We shoved that thing over there in storage and just forgot about it and bought a brand new one because that's easier than finding parts for half this shit.
What do you mean you just bought a new one? You can't just do that. How is that saving the company any money at all? We got to start doing preventive maintenance on these things and shutting them down once a month, doing oil changes, gearbox checks. We gotta do some preventive maintenance around here. We're gonna lose everything.
Homie, the only thing we about to lose is our jobs if you start shutting everything down once a month. Okay, you better get with the program here. It's cheaper to buy new shit than it is to work on the old stuff. You better do a little soul searching if you're going to stay in charge of the preventive maintenance.
We do a little soul searching.
I mean, it's a matter of perspective.
There's it really is, and there is a trade-off. Obviously, if you're breaking $1 million pieces of equipment on a regular basis, that's obviously not cheaper to replace than to get it fixed. Like if you have to replace $1 million piece of equipment, but if it's something that you're using very frequently and they're readily available and it doesn't cost your company a lot of money and it's more efficient to just get a new one than have to, like he said, pay some guy to fix the old shit and buy parts and wait on this and get certified inspection for that, retag it here, this, that, and the other. Because I know, like, my dad used to be a machinist and he'd have to get like his micrometers and stuff. He would have to get those recertified once every couple years or something like that. You have to have a guy come in and like do the things for it, wrap them, tag them, and you have to set up an appointment where you can like meet with the guy when he's in town at the certain time, and it's like a big pain in the ass. And you got to pay for that shit too. So, yeah, makes sense, man. Makes sense that it's just like
no, I love that he does this though, because like a lot of people watch this video and go, oh my god, like I just can't believe this idiot won't change the oil. Like, you got to look at it two different ways. So you have the safety guy who's concerned with, he answers to pencil pushers, bean counters, right? Like, these are the guys who look at numbers, right? And so they go, okay, so this equipment costs us this much to purchase. We should be able to run it this long as we use preventative maintenance. You know, and then we can buy a new one. Like, you know, we got our money's worth.
Preventative
Whatever.
maintenance schedule says with regular oil changes and liquid changes, this should last this amount of years, right? Yeah.
So, but then you have the other guy who's on the ground actually at the job site using the equipment. And what he's seeing is, okay, our company bought this thing for $80,000, right? He goes, but we just finished building a home that we got paid $200,000 for. And then we got to take that to the next site, and that was a $250,000 home that we built. And this is another $300,000 home that we built. And this is a $1.5 million house that we built.
You used that same excavator to build all of those houses.
For 4 jobs.
Yeah.
And then you're like...
Yeah.
It goes, like, whatever, just buy a new one.
Just buy a new one. And it went out. Okay. How many jobs did it do? Well, it did its money worth. Its money's worth of a job. But we can buy that same one, and we know we'll get at least this many jobs out of it.
Yeah.
So there you go. You know, one of those things. Like,
the perspective and the view from somebody who looks at a page compared to somebody who's out in the field is very different. Here's the thing: is either one of them wrong? Not necessarily.
Not really. Yeah, it depends on how you look at it. That's the big controversy between the safety guy and the floor guy, right?
Yeah.
You know, like that's why the floor guys don't like the safety guys. That's why the safety guys always, you know, believe it or not, regret coming in to have to go, you know, this is how it's got to be. Now, some safety guys like that dude really love their job and they're like super into it. And I've never understood that aspect of life or what drives you to appreciate that kind of work. Some dudes really like doing that. Yeah. I've never really come across any that do, but most of the safety guys are just like, yeah, I mean, you know,
like, I'm getting paid to do this. I got to come in here and tell you some stuff.
Look,
like,
dude, this is what's on the sheet, and I have to compare it to what's out here. So I got to tell you that isn't what's on here. So I got to do a thing on here. Like so. Make sure you take care of that. Like we had our safety guy in a few weeks ago or something like that, and you know there was like some extension cords that aren't supposed to be run a certain way because they're hanging this that way and the other or whatever. And he comes through and he's just like, yeah, so. I don't care, but corporate cares, and so you got to move the extension cord. And like most of them are pretty reasonable, and it's like, all right, that's fair. You know, most of them will level with you.
Oh yeah, well that oil company that I used to work for, right? When that Canadian company bought them out, Akita is what they're called now.
Oh yeah.
When they bought them out, they sent a guy down here to Casper to check out the warehouse, whatever, the safety guy and stuff. And oh my gosh,
was he terrible?
They're like, oh, you have a can of brake clean that's like not in a locked metal container.
Oh, you left a straw in the brake clean? How dare you? And there's no cap on it.
So he was losing his mind about, like, basically telling us, oh, this whole building could burn down any second. Here's the other thing, right? You had to back into your parking spots because should there be a situation,
if you drive, well, luckily enough, ours isn't with our personal vehicles, but in my company, if you drive a company vehicle, you better goddamn well. If you can, there's a thing in the policy that says if you can back it in, or something like that. And it's like, if you can back it in, because of that reason. Well, if there's an emergency and you need to get out, it's easier to get out for it. And it's like, if you can't back your fucking vehicle up, you shouldn't be driving a company vehicle. You know what I'm saying?
But it was literally every vehicle we had. He was talking about how the microwave in the break room was too close to the fridge and we had to move it. But here's the thing. We couldn't unplug the microwave from the wall and move it. We had to have a certified electrician come over.
Yeah, you can't touch that.
Unplug it.
Can't touch that. Got to have a guy that can
move it and then plug it back into the wall.
Like, dude.
It's like, dude, what? How do you live your life at home? You get a brand new TV, you have a certified electrician come and like plug it in.
That dude has never touched a TV in his life, bro. That guy's had Geek Squad install every major appliance he's ever owned, you know. And I'm sure half of them have probably fallen off the wall because Geek Squad does a bang up job. Let me tell you. I'm not like
and he goes, oh well, this paint's old. We need to repaint this room because it's a safety issue. Okay, cool. We'll order a can of paint and get it done. He's like, no.
Gotta call a contractor.
A contractor come in,
get the old paint off. He's got to do it the right way. Make sure we do it during business hours, so he's right in the way of everything that needs to happen during your guys' day. God, that's been a thing at our work. Like, we're getting this stupid remodel done, and the dudes are in there like all day dicking around with the toilets and the bathrooms. It's like, bro, like we're in the middle of fucking nowhere. I need to use that at some point. It's either there or I'm going outside.
Now here's the thing about Wyoming, right? The ground here in Wyoming is very good at soaking up water. Okay, like water does not stick to the surface and create puddles that much.
We're a desert, so like it's dry out here.
Safety guy was out there inspecting the yard while we're inside moving the microwave and shit where he can't see us, whatever.
Of course.
Oh yeah, you just missed the electrician. He
He
just come in,
popped in
moved
really
it,
quick.
Yeah,
He didn't know why he was here either. So we just told him to do this, and he popped back out.
yeah. So, anyway, he's out in the yard doing an inspection. He comes back in. He goes, "Yeah, do you guys have a write-up sheet?" He goes, I spilled my water outside, and I gotta file a spill report." I'm sorry, you spilled your water outside to file a spill? If you know what I did to a hydraulic ram like 2 days ago, you'd lose your mind.
God, what a waste of time, man! It's that level of it. It's that I respect most people's jobs because I know you got to make money, and I understand that most people behind the mask are not that guy, right? Like you're doing a job, you have to do the job, right? You got to make your money. Those people though that are that kind of a way where it's like your job literally is your life, man. It's like, dude,
go do something else. Like
every day's a half day if you just leave at lunch. Okay?
That's it.
I'm just saying. So if the safety guy shows up and you need to take a half day, leave at lunch, baby. Like just go, because goddamn, sometimes it's just like, ugh. Let's hear your guys' stories about your horrible safety guy or good safety guy experiences. You know, there's good ones out there too. Like I said, my safety guy for a while there was pretty dope. You know, he'd come through and just like, hey, how's everything going? And kind of chit and chat and whatever. Tell me a few things. Hey, did you get the forklift looked at yet? Did you get that thing taken care of yet? Okay, cool.
I'll tell you, the fire chief here in town is super cool.
Pretty cool guy?
Y'all call Horizon, right? Hey, man, I was just calling to let you know we're going to be stopping by here in about, half an hour, unless you need about 45 minutes.
Oh,
I was like, give me about 45 minutes.
I'll run around and
update
those really quick.
So, we're moving stuff from in front of the electrical boxes.
Yeah,
just make sure everything's good,
Yeah, 3 feet in front of each one on each side, make sure they're accessible, make sure nothing's blocking them.
Yeah, man, I thought I'd come visit you guys,
Hearing about,
30, or do you
how's
need
45 minutes sound?
The way he said it, in about, 30, well, do you need 45 minutes? I give you 45, yeah. Yeah, it's super cool.
I forget. Yeah, we get a guy that comes out to our warehouse every once in a while that does the fire extinguisher checks. He's in and out so fast I usually miss him. He usually just comes around, does a lap, checks the tags, and out he goes.
Oh, no, he comes and bullshits with us, and, he's there for like an hour.
Yeah, see, different strokes, corporation versus locally owned, you know what I mean? That's how she goes, baby. Anyways, we digress. Digression over. If you guys like this episode and you guys like Ricky and
Breadstick Ricky and the Boss.
Breadstick Ricky and the Boss, make sure you go over to their YouTube channel and give them a subscription. Follow them on
I love how we say them like it's multiple people.
Give him a subscription. Them. It kind
He's
of
so
is.
good.
It kind of
He's a
is.
good
It feels
actor.
like multiple people to me. You know what I mean? Follow him on TikTok. Follow him on Instagram. All that good stuff. His handles were in this video. And yeah, man, I love that. We're gonna put more of his stuff on the channel.
Oh, for real.
I love his little shorts, dude. And like this little setup, the 2 or 3 episodes at a time. I think that's perfect. So, like
good.
the format. So anyway,
well, if you guys like these videos as much as we did,
oh, that's right. These, got you.
be sure to leave a thumbs up, smash that subscribe button, click the bell, become part of the notification gang. And with that, we'll see you guys next time. Bow.